Hello everyone, my name is Irene. The snail's house. Let's start.
The snail's house. Wake up, snail. The snail woke up at a loud voice. He came out of his house. He greeted the frog. Good morning, frog. Good morning, snail. Hurry, drink the dew before it disappears. At the frog's words, the snail ate his breakfast before the dew disappeared. The snail had sweet dew and fresh leaves for breakfast. When the snail was done with his breakfast, the frog started to talk. Did you sleep well last night? Yes, I did. How about you? I had a good night's sleep, of course. But I don't believe you. How could you sleep well in that small, cramped house of yours? A house should be big and beautiful. A house should be big and beautiful, just like mine. Then he pointed to his house, which was next to the stream. The frog's house was made of fresh grass and decorated with many flowers. The snail simply smiled. He did not talk about his own house. Houses should be big and beautiful. Houses should be big and beautiful. And new. Wow! It's a really old house. It's going to rain later this afternoon. Are you going to be all right, Snail? Are you going to be all right, Snail? Asked the frog. Thanks for your concern. But I should be fine. My house is very strong and sturdy, the snail said. That old house is sturdy? But I should be fine. My house is very strong and sturdy, the snail said. That old house is sturdy? Anyway, be careful, said the frog. You too, frog. Don't worry. My house is big and new, so there should be no problems. The frog confidently replied to the snail. Then he said goodbye to the snail and left. It's going to rain soon? The snail looked up at the sky. As the day grew hotter, the snail's body started getting sunburned from the blazing sun. The snail went inside his house. The snail's house was small, but was made of a very hard shell. Because of this, it could protect the snail from the hot sun. In hot weather or cold weather, the snail's house is always with him. It is not big, pretty, or new, but the snail fell into in hot weather or cold weather. The snail's house is always with him. It is not big, pretty, or new, but the snail loved his house. The snail's house is the snail's best friend. The snail fell into a peaceful nap in his small and comfortable home and had pleasant dreams. Knock, knock. Knock, knock. What sound is this? At the sound of someone knocking at his house, the snail woke up from his nap. What is this knocking sound? The snail slid his head out of his house and was surprised. It was raining. The snail crawled as best as he could under a huge tree. As the snail was crawling, the rain started pouring harder than ever. The snail loved the rain. On rainy days, the snail would come out of his house and stay outside for a while. But for rainstorms like this, the snail stayed in his house.
홀드 버튼이 해제되었습니다.
When there is a heavy rain in the forest, many animals lose their houses. When the thick raindrops hit the house on the snail's back, the snail quickly hides inside his house. The branches were shaking in the wind. Inside his house, the snail felt his house moving. The snail's house started rolling in the strong wind. The snail was scared, but he hid deep in his house. Then the rain stopped and the wind calmed down. The snail cautiously came out of his house. He saw a beautiful forest view in front of him. The forest was beautiful to see. It was glistening with the green light from the rain. Then, at that moment, the snail heard the sound of someone crying. The snail started to look around for the sound. Frog, frog, why are you crying? The snail asked the crying frog. Look, my house is all ruined. The frog said, crying louder than ever. It was just like the frog said. The frog's big, beautiful house was in ruins. The snail crawled towards the crying frog and comforted him. Don't cry, frog. If we all help, you should be able to rebuild your house quickly. What? You mean we can put my house back together quickly? What? What? You mean we can put my house back together quickly? What? You mean we can put my house back together quickly? What? You mean we can put my house back together quickly? Asked the frog in a loud voice. Yes, frog. Don't worry. I'll help you so that you can get your house back as soon as possible, said the snail. No, I don't want you to. Shouted the frog. What? You don't your house back soon? Asked the snail. Yes, my house was all ruined because it was made of flowers and grass. This time, I'm going to make a strong and sturdy house, just like yours, said the frog. Like my house? Said the snail. Yes, like your house, said the frog. At the frog's words, the snail smiled and said, Can I help you build a strong house? Of course, snail. Thanks. The frog, who was crying, beamed at the snail. The homeless frog went to sleep at the toad's house. The snail, who had to wake up early the next day, went to sleep early that night in his small but strong and comfortable house.
Goodbye.